As an administrator, you have an opportunity to influence so many lives on a daily basis. It's a very powerful tool. Every morning when I wake up, my intent is to go to work and make somebody's day better, whether it's saying an encouraging word, whether it's giving somebody some advice, or just changing the quality of one's life. It's all about pouring into others. I think that's what I was put here for, to be a giver, and I try to use that gift every single day when I'm at work.
Mr. Kofer is an awesome principal because ever since I was in 9th grade, I've always seen him in the halls, engaging with the students. And at the same time, he's able to be assertive and not tolerate any kind of disciplinary issues or problems within the classrooms. Every time I see him, he has a smile on his face. He's asking me how I'm doing, and I just love that engaging principal who always has a smile on his face and loves all of the students who are in the school.
Mr. Kofer is an amazing principal because he's super supportive of his teachers. I can remember when I first got to this school, I was a little nervous, but I met Mr. Kofer. He had a giant smile, a handshake, and said that I have your back. And I always appreciated that. Anytime I had any classroom issues that arise, he was always there to support me, give me good advice. I feel like I'm always in his office asking for permission to take kids here, or take kids on another field trip, get a guest speaker in my classroom, get approval for something, and he always is there with a smile and a yes, and always being super supportive. If I come up with something that seems a little crazy, he'll sit me down and say, let's think through all the possibilities, and coach me through it. He's also supportive of my professional career. He encouraged me to get my PhD. I have a lot of opportunities to travel across the country for educational related development, and he always supports me and makes sure I have the opportunity to go. He also is great with our students. I had one young man that got in a little bit of trouble. That was a student that I kind of mentored. And I remember taking him into Mr. Kofer's office, and he was firm with him, but he was also super supportive of the kid in the situation he came from. And I'll never forget, the kid said, "Nobody loves me." And Mr. Kofer looked at him and said, "I love you, you can always count on me." So Mr. Kofer is more than a principal. I think he is the support system of this school.
Any day I can interact with kids is a great day. I mean, we get to the end of the year, it's super stressful. There's things to wrap up, there's things that we have to do, and getting out there and making sure, like I try to do on a daily basis, that kids are doing well and they're getting what they need, it makes my day all that much better.
Dr. Holt's the most caring principal I've ever had. He's always very compassionate about every student that walks around the school, to someone who's minding their own business and to someone who's having the worst day of their life. He's always there for them.
Dr. Holt is not just our principal, but he's our friend. He will walk around every day and he'll be like, "Hey, how's your day? How are you doing?" And every student will just feel so comforted by it because he cares about us, and every student will be like, "Oh, I have a principal that's great and care about us." And Dr. Holt cares about the students' opinions. He will have a monthly meeting with his principal advisors team to see how we can improve on our school and how we can make the students feel safer and better. Dr. Holt is the best principal I've ever had.
Dr. Holt is a great principal because he's very supportive in any decision we make. He is all about growth, and if you make a mistake, it's, all right, well, what can we learn from it? And he's definitely not a gotcha type boss, and he's not just a boss, he's a leader, he's a mentor, a coach. He's wonderful in every aspect of the word. You can go to him and talk about anything, and he is willing to be an ear or give you advice or whatever you need. He's very prompt when you email him or call him. He will call you right back. He doesn't make you wait. He is the best principal to work for.
As a teacher, I loved being a teacher. I loved working with kids, and I think I was good at being a teacher. But I think that I took the things that I learned from teaching and applied it to what I do as an educator, as a principal, in that context. And I get to see the impact of what I work with teachers every day and building relationships with them helping them trust me, and helping them to believe in themselves as well as believe in what we're trying to accomplish together, and see that as they grow in that capacity, what they do with kids. And so there is nothing more rewarding in my mind than being a principal, because for me, I know that through the adults that I work with, I exponentially impact the lives of children every day. And so it's one of the most rewarding, but also one of the most humbling things to be able to do, to be part of a school like this, because I think I've had the opportunity to develop the relationships to lead this school, and help people see that they really are great, kind of discover that greatness within them. And as a result, I think our kids have taken off academically, socially, emotionally. We're seeing kids grow.
He's the awesome principal because he helps a lot of people, like when they don't get their work and stuff. He's the best I've ever had, like for this school. I've never wanted to go to a different school. He's been like the best out of the whole world. It's amazing for him to be my principal.
Dr. Maneffo's great. I personally have grown exponentially underneath him these last few years. He leads by example. He's very involved. He helps us build our weaknesses by walking us through it, but he also emphasizes our strengths. And I feel like because he is so involved and walks alongside us, that we trust him and he trusts us. And so he's able to develop leaders, which has also really incredibly boosted our morale here at Belvedere.